All right, boom. So what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Rolling Pin Podcast. I'm gonna title this one episode 11. Um, Wrestling While Black, part 2. We had Smooth Blackman on here the first time. Now we have another guest and wrestler and friend from House of Glory, HOG, owned by Master P. Um, Along with the others, shout out to Black History. We have Ringleader Midas with us today. And I want to thank him for jumping on here um, to share his Black history while he making Black history.
Onward. Anytime, my brother. Anytime. Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming. You know, we've been trying to coordinate this for a while. And I've always been podcast shy. Lion and myself are very podcast shy. Shout out to Lion. But you know, thanks for having me, man.
No, definitely.
It's a pleasure to be.
Thank you. Going back to being podcast shy, I think I also had some type of I don't want to label myself. I don't like titling it social anxiety and shit because when you say shit like that, it stick with you. But you know, I try to use podcast time to talk to new people. Because I don't really talk to too many people when I'm out in the world on a normal.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Especially with the mask over your face now. Like now it's a little bit difficult.
It's something about doing your work. It's easier that way to connect with people.
Right.
Sometimes I'm very socially awkward.
Yeah,
I'll be the first.
Well, hopefully,
I'm socially awkward, but something in this realm of wrestling connects me with people.
Yeah,
I'm able to be myself, and people don't look at me as like socially awkward. They're like, "Oh wow, he's a really cool guy," you know. And the same way.
It's good too because I think to that it's like we are meeting on a common interest or like just a common hobby or just something that we both enjoy. So it makes the conversation a little bit easy and fluent versus when you meet up with somebody on a normal basis and it should be like, oh, how's the weather? Like, I don't give a fuck about the weather. You know what I mean? But
stupid. Of course, no one wants to talk about the weather. Like,
yeah, the weather's good always. So, jumping in though. Of course, Black history is past. So we want to jump into the past on Ringleader Midas. Let's start from the beginning. Related to wrestling, how did you jump into wrestling? Like, how did that scenario work out for you? Like,
let's see.
As a youngling.
If we're gonna go into the beginning, the way I got into wrestling, first time I seen wrestling was Royal Rumble. I believe it was 2001, heading into Wrestlemania 17, and the man I saw first, like the entry I saw was Kane. Big fire, big dude. Red is my favorite color. Looks like a total badass, and I'm like, this guy's cool. And it just happened to be that year he dominated everyone. I was hooked. And after that, I used to tell my mom, like, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a wrestler. She'd be like, oh, okay, you'll probably want to be like a cop or a doctor too. I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I think I really want to wrestle. High school comes and goes. I still want to wrestle. I did a little bit of college, and after college, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. So me and my one of my best friends was like, yo, we got to find a place to go. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to go where they're just going to take my money, because that's the number one thing you hear about when you're learning about getting into wrestling. Don't go anywhere where you're going to waste your time. Don't go anywhere where they're going to take your money. And and I knew Amazing Red. I knew Amazing Red from TNA on Impact, and I always thought he was just like something. It was something about him. I didn't realize what it was about him until I started wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But I just knew he was special, and that's why I wanted to go to HOG to learn from the best, to learn to be the best, to learn to be special like him.
Mm-hmm.
And after training with him and getting to know him, I stand by everything I said and more. Like he's just it.
Yeah, shout out to Amazing Red. Shout out to HOG and Amazing Red. And
that brought me to where I'm at today. That's how I got into HOG. That's how I came across HOG.
Damn, I don't want you to cut it short. I was gonna get the HOG, but thank you for that story though. I really do appreciate it.
I'm sorry, bro. My fault. I don't mean
No. This is good. This is good stuff. This is definitely good stuff. Like, I love it. So, going back, I just want to ask real quick: did you wrestle in high school or no?
No. I had no. I think all I did in high school, I played basketball, but I rode the bench. Like
Okay, it's all good.
I was good in practice and everything, but I was just really diving into the world of basketball at senior year. Everyone plays sports in there earlier in high school. I jumped on too late. So I didn't really do sports.
But
No.
you were still
But
watching were you watching wrestling in high school still? Like you watched, did you like for me, like I was watching wrestling when I was younger. I was watching
I
wrestling when
never felt
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
like
you never fell off of wrestling.
you have people that I used to watch it and I stopped and I came back. I watched it consistently through not just WWE, but just all wrestling. And then I've got more exposed to real wrestling when I started wrestling, because now you learn, hey, it's not just WWE. It's not just these major companies. It's everywhere.
I got you. Yeah. With me, I actually watched wrestling during the Attitude Era, the same era with Kane. Kane was badass too when he showed up. That shit was a monstrosity.
Yes.
Wrestling was cool back then. Then wrestling got, I ain't gonna say it got not cool. It was always cool, but then you start getting vagina and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
start gravitating off into other
You get
shit.
older, and the older stuff calls you more, and sometimes it takes away from your wrestling because it's not a priority for people.
Right. So and now we back, you know what I mean? And that's good. But so since you didn't wrestle in high school, obviously what I guess your strength is your character, because if you don't have the technical piece, there are some wrestlers out there who are very technical in the business, but you have from what I see, even your gimmick, the circus gimmick, it's different, you know what I mean? And that character, I guess that's what got you the spot at HOG, or continuously getting you these bookings
For sure.
and things in here.
For sure. I think anywhere you go, characters must.
Character is the
And one of my biggest struggles coming up in HOG training specifically, I could do everything. I could bump, I could do the moves, but I was very stagnant. I didn't have a character and I couldn't find myself. And that's what stopped me from getting to where I needed to be.
One thing I like about you is from what I've been watching, you and Lion. I don't want to exclude Lion, but one thing I like about both of y'all is, one, that y'all work well in harmony together. Two, the circus gimmick. Now, being black, you know what I mean, circus clown, like it's a negative stigma around that, but you are actually making the circus thing, cool. You're making it look good. You know what I mean? Like I definitely want to say that. What had you yeah, definitely. What had you get into the circus thing? Like what made you choose that over like, like a fucking
So
anything?
first off, it all goes back to Lion too. First of all, without Lion, I wouldn't even be where I'm at today, and that's just a honest fact. I would probably still be lost, or I'll probably just be finding my groove, and I wouldn't be nowhere. But me and him, so the original person I came into HOG with, he had stopped wrestling, and we wanted to be a tag team. I've always wanted to be a tag team wrestler. He stopped wrestling. That leaves me now by myself. And I came up to Lion like, hey, you have nothing going on. I have nothing going on. HOG is doing like this training tag tournament. I need a partner. Just one night. Just one night, and we could do our separate thing after. That one night turned into magic. And from there, we committed to each other as a tag team. And now he already debuted at HOG. He's a lion. He's a freaking lion.
A fucking lion. Shout out to
what am I gonna do that goes with a lion?
He was a lion, so he was a lion before you decided that you
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like kind of like Jungle Boy, but like a lion.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's what
I got
so
you.
that's what he was going, like I don't even think he knew what he was going for. I won't call it Jungle Boy, but I knew he wanted to do something with the lion. And he just we didn't have it yet. We didn't have it together yet. And now I'm trying to find something to go with it. I'm like, you know what, bro? I'll be your lion tamer. And I'll tame the lion. And like then we started putting everything together, and my mom goes, what if you guys did the circus? And I'm like, Ma, that's stupid. Like, that's not gonna work. And then I start saying all these like dumb ideas, but these dumb ideas, as I'm saying them, are becoming smart ideas. And I'm like, this could really work. And Lion, one of Lion's good friends, he was like, you guys should call yourself. He told Lion his nickname should be the main event.
I like that.
And that's how we came together.
I like that.
That's how all of it came into fruition. So it all started from my mom. It all started from his best friend. It all started with Lion's gimmick. But together, collectively, we just found something together, and it's something that I wouldn't trade for anything in this world.
That's what's up. And to add to that, because I want to make sure everybody who's listening is not confused. Main event, like Lion's Mane, MANE, not main, MAIN. It's a double play on that word. So I think that's an excellent story, first and foremost. And I think that y'all do work well as a tag team. I did have the opportunity to see you at HOG. I was sitting front row, but we ain't know each other yet. But I was like, I'm gonna get to know this dude eventually. So now that you don't wrestle individually, like you don't wrestle separate from Lion at all.
I have not as of yet, but it's not something that I'm not open to. It's also something that he's not open to. He's had a few one-on-one matches already. And I always tell him, like, bro, go for it. Like, we're not gonna, as much as we work together, we know that if we get the one-on-one stuff as well, it's only helping us.
So with that, so to add to that, because I want to ask this question, even going back to your childhood, just to keep the history in motion, what tag team do you watch currently? Like, because I know, like, if you a tag team group, you got to look at some type of tag team in the past that was like doing it really good, like working well together. What tag team do you and Lion, kind of associate yourselves with? Not even associate yourselves with, but like watch and like
what we
notes.
Grab and take. I would say definitely there's a little Hardys in there. There's a little Motor City Machine Gun in there. There's a little we're big on, even currently, like big on LAX, big on Private Party. But we also try, like, where we don't want to steal from them.
Right. Of course not.
We want to create. We want to create. Right. And we just try to find all these unique teams to see how they were so unique and what made them stand out from the rest. Because I don't care what anyone says, tag team wrestling is the best wrestling for me. It's everything you get.
Why do you prefer tag team over single? Like, why tag? Why? Because I know a lot of people who probably think the opposite. Like,
for sure,
man, I don't want to work with nobody. They stunting on me. They stealing my shine. They stealing my thunder.
I think that's what it all depends on. It depends on the type of partner you have. You have tag teams out there, and I feel bad for tag teams out there that they don't have the best relationship with their partner. And that's when it's like, I hate this and I want to do my own thing, and that's fine. I've always preferred making magic with people.
I got you.
And why not get to make magic with my best friend? It's just better than doing it alone.
I feel like in the wrestling,
that doesn't mean.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that doesn't. No, you good. All I was gonna say was that doesn't mean that we can't do it alone.
Got you.
But it's just like, strength numbers as well.
Yeah, I think, now that you mentioned that, because I wasn't even paying attention to this before with tag teams, I think it's almost important, if you are in the wrestling business, if you want to be like one of the best tag teams to ever do it, you gotta be best friends, damn near. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost impossible to be the best tag team if you're not best friends, because y'all gotta like live together, sleep together, y'all gotta fight together, y'all gotta lose together, win together.
It's very rare.
How long y'all been working together?
Let's see. I want to say about going on 3 years now.
3 years. All right. Yeah. So y'all practice together right now in the HOG facility. I mean, I talked to Smooth Blackman. He was saying that it's gonna open back up. So, and I know that you'll practice for that. I don't know.
It's just a matter of time and patience with this whole pandemic stuff.
That's good. That's good. You away from that, just want to talk about shit that just on my mind as it just comes to me. Oh wait, you went away. Your video.
I'm back. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh yeah, my bad. So
no, you good.
Are you watching wrestling? Like, do you watch wrestling outside of wrestling, or do you just like you like you wrestle and then you just escape to something else? 'Cause I know like it could consume some people
Nah,
all
I
the way
mean,
around. Or like,
sometimes I escape because I just need my mental break. But
yeah.
I try to keep up. I definitely try to keep up just to I'm still a fan. I
Mm-hmm.
love this. I love this, and I feel like I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna breathe it. I love
Mm-hmm.
this.
That's what's up. Hey, going so now we're going in the present. Now we talked about the history in the present. I saw that you said something about Tampa, and I thought that you got booked for Tampa. But what's going on with Tampa right now? Because I want to make sure that you make sure you get whatever you need to get out on my platform to spread your brand and get it to where it needs to be.
Man,
You Whitline,
I,
what's going on?
I appreciate. We're just manifesting.
Okay.
We're just manifesting the energy, the the vibes. Um, I'm very. I don't know why. I just feel like something good is coming our way, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how big or how small it's going to be.
It's good.
I just feel blessings,
Blessings are
and
good.
I'm gonna I'm gonna keep that mindset. And even if nothing comes my way, I'm gonna work. And I'm just I'm positive in Lion and I, and I'm positive in our skills, and I'm positive that we will do what we need to do to be there. And if we aren't there, then we're just gonna simply sit back. Well, not sit back, but go back in the lab and see what we're missing that we weren't there.
Yeah, never
Because
give up.
if we weren't there, it's our fault.
Yeah,
It's our own fault that we weren't there.
it's true. So in Tampa, is AEW in Tampa?
I believe it's in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. My bad, AEW.
No, you good.
But I think that'll be a good look for you though, if you can get as close as possible to wrestle in Florida. You know what I mean? I think just being in that same area, that same radius, it could manifest. I'm gonna pray for you on that, man. I hope that does happen for you because you had
Hey,
some. Can you hear me?
I appreciate that. Before, I don't mean to cut you off now, but I'm definitely. I know Lion and I we're straightforward right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty zoomed in. We're not worried about where we're going. We're just worried about the noise we're gonna make.
I like that.
I'm not really too focused up on I'm gonna end up in this place or I'm gonna end up in that place. Wherever we're gonna end up is gonna be where we need to be.
Right, because you deserve to be
But
there based on your work.
that's all we want to do. All we want to do is show people we deserve to be here, and we earned our spot, and we worked our butts off, and that's just what it's all about.
Mm. Going back to the past real quick, a little bit more Black history, because I asked this to Smooth Blackman and a couple other Black people in the wrestling industry. Who were some of the most iconic Black wrestling figures since it's Black History Month that you watch coming up?
Um, Definitely, Farouk, Ron Simmons for sure. For me, The Rock, because that's one of he's my top 5.
I didn't mean to cut you out, but before you go forward, did you like Farouk or did you like Ron Simmons when he was with the APA? Which one?
So
Which
I
character?
jumped I jumped into Farouk as he was approaching APA.
Okay.
I missed the national domination stuff, but
Attitude Era.
I know about it because I've done my history and stuff. But watching it growing up, Farouk was already in the APA.
Okay. Likewise.
So
Same.
it was, he was like me and he was doing it.
All right.
And, The Rock, Booker T, um, Shelton Benjamin, MVP.
I like that. Okay, I was left field. Shelton Benjamin was left field, but
Nah, I
that's
got to
what's
put
up.
them up because it's not just the ones that you hear about all the time, but it's I remember watching Shelton being a kid, and I was genuinely rooting for Shelton because I believed he was like me. Like I read with him on the come up when he was on Raw, and the thing with Triple H, like I just resonated with that.
What you think about?
No.
What do you think about?
Go ahead.
What do you think about Big E right now? Big E is, I think, in my opinion, I like Big E a lot.
Superstar.
There were other Black wrestlers in the past, like The Rock. I like The Rock. I had a list, But I like Big E right now. Big E was on that list, and I like what Big E is doing right now. I think he's pushing it forward.
Superstar, main event level.
How far do you think Big E can go as far as with his character? You know what I mean? Because he has a unique character in a way where he like is playful, but he's serious, and I think you can get a lot of movie roles
He
outside.
has a limitless character. No puns, no, like, I know there's Keith Lee out there, but he has a character with endless routes. You can be yourself. You can never get stale for being yourself because you're always going through something every day.
Mm.
And that's just what it is. He has it. He has it. A lot of people were like, he's too, he needs to be more serious. No, he needs to be what he is, and that's him.
Right, that's true.
Every wrestler needs every wrestler that really flourishes, they're just themselves. You got to be you. When you're trying to do something that's not you, that's when it's like it's not really. It might not work.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fucking fact. That's the only way you can really have longevity in any business for real is if you just
Absolutely.
maintain who you are and what you're and you really hone in on what you're good at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Another black wrestler that this even applies to that I was gonna bring up also is R-Truth.
Ron Killings.
Look at him.
R-Truth is he's nice with it. He's nice with what he does.
Most entertaining guy they have.
That's true. That's a fact. I like the Fiend too, though. The Fiend is very entertaining in his own way, but as far as comedic relief, R-Truth is pretty good.
Anytime he's on my screen, anytime he's on anyone's screen, you're gonna be glued to him.
That's true. That's true. So let's thank you for sharing that.
Anytime.
Yeah. So I'm asking everybody who comes across now about Wrestlemania, because I know every wrestling fan and every wrestler is probably gonna be watching Wrestlemania. It's like the fucking Super Bowl of wrestling. But
right.
What do you see what's going on with Edge right now? I'm trying to gather up my predictions for real. What's up with Edge? Who do you see him facing? Do you see him losing? Do you see him winning? Like what you see? What you see with that?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. And I'm programming myself in wrestling to like not expect anything. Because when you don't expect anything, it's actually fun to watch.
That's true.
And I'm just here for the ride, man. I'm just here for the ride. I'm enjoying what it is. He could literally go to anywhere and it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be something to watch. It's all history in the making.
It's all history in the
making.
So
I'm just here for the.
I like how you put that. I like how you put that because no matter where the cars fall, that shit is gonna be epic. I'm gonna wrap this up though because your phone kind of breaking up, and I don't want the listeners to kind of be like, fucking upset.
Nah, yeah.
But thank you so much, Ringleader Midas, and shout out to Blaze, your tag team partner.
No problem.
Hopefully I can get him on here, even if he just wears the lion head, because I know he don't show his face on Instagram. He always puts the lion emoji over his shit. But yeah. If he wants to come on here, man, like you always welcome back. You know what I mean? As you progress,
for sure.
You know what I mean? I definitely want to keep tabs on you.
I'll definitely see what's up with that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're gonna get up out of here. This is Rolling Pin Podcast, Black History Month special, Wrestling While Black Part 2 with Ringleader Midas. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay blessed.
Adios.